To the war in Ukraine now, and during this week, scores of missiles have fallen on cities in Ukraine, causing the deaths of more than 40 people. Well, today, 3 children are among 7 who've been killed in a Russian strike. Now, the latest attack took place in the western city of Lviv, which is close to the border with Poland. The charity HopeFull has been on the ground in Ukraine for 2.5 years, cooking pizzas for local people. I'm joined now by Andy Jones, who is the West team's lead at the charity HopeFull. Great to have you with us on Sky News. Listen, just bring viewers up to date with how you've been helping people in Ukraine. This is 2.5 years.
It is, absolutely. We've the charity's been on the ground since the start of the war, which is over 900 days now. We've got 2 teams from HopeFull, one in the west in Lviv, which is where we're based, and a team out east, which is twice the size of our team, and they will operate in the east and all the way down to the south of the country. Just bringing pizzas, love, hope, and a feeling to the Ukrainian people that they are not alone in this fight against Russia.
Andy, give us a sense of the aftermath, particularly of that attack in Lviv, and what it was like for your team.
Okay. Starting with our team this morning, we were woken shortly before 5 to the air raid sirens. This was soon upgraded to a second alert, which is the more serious one, that an attack on our location is imminent. From that, I had a quick scan outside of the balcony. I could hear artillery fire, saw a couple of lights in the sky, which may have been either drones or the missiles that were inbound. At that point, we evacuated our team to the safe place in our building so that we have 2 walls between the outside. Shortly after that, there was a loud, really loud bang. The building shook, the door rattled, and at that point we knew that somewhere very closely had unfortunately been hit, either with a direct hit of a missile or the remnants of a missile or drone being destroyed by the Ukrainian army.
Andy, you visit shelters, you're in contact with people, normal, ordinary people. What's the morale like at the moment? Because Lviv has spared much of the intense fighting in this 2.5-year conflict.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, in the last 2 weeks, the city has endured the most serious attacks of the war since the beginning almost. And the morale of the people, I mean, they are so resilient, they are humble, they are so friendly and determined as well, and they will not give in.
Tell us a bit about the food then. So you're delivering 3,000 pizzas a day to local people. Why did you decide to do this?
Okay. Like many of the volunteers who come here, they come from all over the world. So it's a real international feel of the team. And they just want to help, like I said, spread that love and that joy to the people of Ukraine. Just a distraction of that small moment in time that they're not alone, that we are with them. And since the start of the war, we have cooked over 1.5 million pizzas, over 1,700 sites across the country, which is phenomenal, with just over 300 odd volunteers who come back time and time again, and are so resilient and resourceful, and they just work absolutely so well together.
And what's been the reaction? Because you head to the towns that get hit and you pitch up, you serve these pizzas, and like you say, you give the support to make sure people feel like they're not alone. But just talk to us about that.
Yeah, so we will turn up to either, for us, particularly in the West, so we will go to either geriatric hospitals, they call them out here, disabled schools, boarding schools, internally displaced people who have evacuated from the east of the country to the west. So they're in these sort of commune areas. We will turn up, we will set our stall out, and we will give pizzas to these people. We will also give them drinks if we've got drinks available on that day, lemonade or Coke, or sometimes a bit sponsored by Coca-Cola. We'll have some music on, and we will just engage spend some time with those adults and the children. And the children love the games that we play. So we got volleyball, we got football, and they just want some interaction with them, which we will freely give to them.
It's so interesting, isn't it? Because the attacks, this latest wave of attacks, comes as parents and children head back to school after that summer break. And that's quite telling, quite striking too in this story.
Absolutely, yeah. Like I said, 2 days back at school, early hours as usual, unfortunately from Russia, and it just disrupts the city massively. Yet on the incident ground, the emergency response to that is so amazingly efficient. They have plenty of fire appliances turning up. They've got good cooperation from the local council, so they've got diggers and lorries there. They've got a local community centre, community volunteers who are normally engaged in cleaning community buildings, government buildings. They're there, and everyone is just getting stuck straight in and trying to clean up the mess and then just get back on with normal life.
And Andy, just on a personal note, so you'll have family, you'll have friends back here in the UK. What are you telling them about your journey? Because presumably they'll be a bit worried about you too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think my mum is the biggest worry there. When we have Wi-Fi, we're able to just send a quick text message back using a SIM card from Ukraine to keep our security tight. But yeah, just a few messages here and there, the odd FaceTime call. But we do try not to go into too much details for their sake and also for security sake out here as well.
OK, Andy Jones, we'll leave it there for now. Stay safe, stay in touch, and, you know, great job with what you're doing there.
Much appreciated. Thank you very much, Leah.